Good morning. It's an overcast day here in Charleston. It's been raining for a couple of days, and it's been kind of raining on the outside and raining on the inside a bit. I woke up feeling very melancholy yesterday, really melancholy, and I wasn't quite sure why, because I didn't have any particular reason. And as the day progressed, I found my heart feeling really heavy, and the tears just flowing at random moments. And so I stopped to really sit down and feel what was going on, to try to understand, because I got the insight a few years ago that when we have emotions on certain days and we don't really know why those emotions are coming up, and we just feel a certain way, whether it is sadness or whether it's anger or even the bliss that we have at times, it really is tied back to an emotional imprint that has been placed in the fabric of what we call time. And so as we go through the course of the year, so often those different waves of emotion that you have are actually you re-experiencing a trauma or re-experiencing some memory that caused you great joy, or something that's taking place, or you will have an experience that will remind you or be a reincarnation of something similar, just so that you can revisit that moment and clear anything up. It's like we're ovens. You know how ovens have a self-cleaning button? It's like we have this self-cleaning mode, and we're ovens. We're always cooking. We're always baking. We're always allowing ourselves to rise. But there's this self-cleaning mechanism that has to take place so that the crud doesn't get baked onto the surface and get hardened and become so hard that it gets stuck on there and blocks anything or causes something to have that smell like it's been burned, it's been wounded. And so as I sat down really quickly, and I kind of knew what it was going to be, but I had not wanted to, or I had not had a moment actually to really give to it. And yesterday was actually the day that I knew for certain and had told my husband that I was leaving our marriage. And it was a challenging day yesterday, because although I knew everything I was doing was what I needed to do in the best interest of both of us, I knew we had moved through the contract that our souls had come together for, and we had loved each other enough, we had hurt each other enough, we had done everything in that contract that we were supposed to have done to help each other grow in the ways that we needed to grow, and for growth to continue, we would need to move on. And my mom used to tell a story when people would come by. There was a plaque on our wall, because they would always question, how do you do arranged marriages? How do you make that work? And the saying on the plaque was, "You're questioning me about arranged marriages. How does one love a man that they've never known?" And the second line read, "And how do you leave someone who you claim to love so much?" And I think that was embedded in me for so long, that plaque, because I came into this marriage and I fell in love with this person, even though we were total strangers. I committed to loving and I fell in love. And we shared a lot of experiences. I mean, we built businesses together, we had babies together, we had puppies together. We went through all kinds of experiences, because that's what you do when you are with someone in that way 24/7 intimately. And the day that I had to tell him that I needed to leave him, let's just say that the love never leaves. I'm still in love with him, despite everything that's happened. And what that tells me is that the heart only knows love, that it is behavior and mind and circumstance that we stay anchored in, that is the pain, that it is just experience. But in the end, the heart only knows love. And so I think I had to move through the emotions of just the change that was made, because I made the change and I moved through that layer of releasing and healing and whatever emotion had to happen. But it seems like yesterday I was given an opportunity to remember and to go through and experience another layer that needed to be experienced, or give gratitude for all the lessons learned, for the moments shared, for the experiences had, even for the juiciness of the bliss and the pain. And it would be all juicy if we are truly biting into life. So it's interesting that the weather is sharing in this celebration of life with me, because as the death of this marriage in this form appears and completes, and as I found myself at a doorway last year, a doorway to the unknown, I look out in front of me, because in 2 weeks I'm embarking on so many things that are unknown that I've never done before. And I feel like I'm at the same place that I was last year. 1 year later, very different, new experiences, but standing in the doorway of the unknown once again. And that is why change is constant, because we are constant change. So I invite you to let the weather be your mirror today, whatever it is in your neck of the woods, and tap into that moment that feels just like the sky outside. Whether it is rain falling, sun shining, thunder clapping, or lightning flashing. What is the mirror? In love, of love, and with love, I'm Simran Singh, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.